What up, what up, what up, Unbreakable Kicks Army. I'm hoping that this is not the only drop that we got this week. Now, I did do an early review yesterday on these joints right here. So make sure you guys go and check out the early review that I dropped on this pair of Air Jordan 1s right here. Now, it's saying that these are supposed to be dropping on the 17th of this month, but I've literally seen no other spot, like, you know, promoting them. I don't even think these are on the FLX app, so these may be getting pushed back. But I want to say these have already dropped overseas, Army, so we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. And after the Air Jordan 4 infrareds, we got the Air Jordan 9 particle grays, and those have been, you know, on a lot of people's attention. Those have been on a lot of people's mind as far as copping. And to be honest, I thought that those were going to kind of go under the radar because that was another sneaker that was supposed to have came out a couple months ago. But I feel like the demand is starting to pick up for them Air Jordan 9 particle grays. A lot of members of the Army been hitting me up, Break, are you going to do a review on them? I will. I just got to link up with G-Main so I can hit you guys with that early review. But those are supposed to be dropping on June 21st, which is a Tuesday. Now, these during the week releases is kind of throwing me off, but I mean, of course, y'all know we're going to go live for them, and I hopefully can get an early review for you guys beforehand. Also, Army, yesterday we got a first look at yet another Air Jordan 2 collab, and these are the Titan 22 Air Jordan 2 Low collab. Now, these right here, they doing a lot of wackiness. Man, let me put my phone down for a second. Army, I know I'm young, but maybe I'm just old-fashioned when it comes to stuff. I just feel like what Jordan Brand is doing is some unnecessary things with what they doing with these sneakers, like the materials that they putting on them. I'm just not really vibing with them. Now, I'm not going to say that these look terrible. These Air Jordan 2 lows look better than a lot of the other collabs that we got coming out. But one, I feel like they are just shoving Air Jordan 2 collabs down our throat. We have seen more Air Jordan 2 collabs this year than we have seen Air Jordan 2s in the last 5 years combined. Probably even more than that. And plus, it's the year of the freaking 7s. Why are we getting 7 collabs? We getting a retro 2 collabs, 4 collabs, 3 collabs. We ain't getting no 7s, bro. And I think that's my main gripe with Jordan Brand for 2022. So, Army, before I go on a huge tangent, just let me know how y'all feel about these new Air Jordan 2 collabs that just popped on the scene. But I can also tell y'all that again, and I gotta keep letting y'all know this. The Air Jordan 2 collabs will be dumb limited this year. These joints will not be everywhere. I know they don't want these joints to sit as much as they've been pushing and shoving these retro 2s. They don't want these joints to sit. So the Air Jordan 2 collabs will be extremely limited, and that goes for all of them. But also remember, just because it's limited does not mean that the demand is going to be high, which also means that does not mean you go out and spend that crazy top dollar, because 9 out of 10, at the end of the day, when you wake up, it's a 2. It's a 2. Y'all remember the saying, if it quacked like a duck and it looked like a duck, it's a duck. If it came after the Jordan 1 and it came before the Jordan 3s, it's a retro 2 at the end of the day, and y'all ain't rocking with them. All right, Army, so y'all asked for an update on some of the shoes I'm doing retail plus tax. You add for the shipping. I got size 9C, 10C, 12C, 1.5, Y and 2Y in the Red Thunders, 7C, a 12C, 13C, and a 2Y in the military black, a 3C and a 9C in the legend blue lows. Got a 12.5C in these retro 4s. Got a 6Y in the Del Sol 13, a 4Y in the UNC 6. Got a 13C and a 2Y in these retro 1 mid, 6Y in these court purple 13. Got a 6Y and 7Y in the midnight navy 6, 13C and a 1Y in the court purple 13, 11C and a 1Y in the pure violet lows. Got a 6.5Y in the red flints, 5Y, a 6Y, and a 6.5Y in the J5. I got a 6.5Y in these dunks, and again, Army, everything is retail plus tax. You just cover the shipping. A 2.5Y in these midnight navy dunk highs. Got a 12.5C and a 13C in these red and white dunk highs. Got a 6.5Y in these crater dunks. 6Y and a 7Y in the playoff 12s. Got a 10.5 in women's and a 12 in women's and a Jordan 11 low pure violets. That 10.5 is a 9 in men, and that 12 women's is a 10.5 in men. Men size 9, a 10.5, and an 11 in a Jordan 13 court purple. 6.5Y in a bread mid. 7 in women's in these gold hoops. Got a 10.5 in a clock 5 low. Size 8 in men, 9 and a 10.5 in a J5. Got a size 12 in the brave blues. and a 12 in the Del Sols. These are men's size. Size 6 and a 6.5 in the red Oreos. A 5 wide through 7 wide in the 72 and 10 lows. 6 wide in the chili reds. 10.5 in the Jordan 1 stash. Size 9 in the chili reds. Last but not least, I got a size 3C and the patent bread ones. Again, everything is retail plus tax. Cover the shipping. Let's get back to the video. Y'all, so to the topic of today's video, man. Let's go ahead and check these out. This is my first time checking out the grade school pairs of the Air Jordan 4 infrareds. Now, I'm hoping that the Jordan 4 infrareds are not as bad as the Jordan 4 Red Thunders, because the Red Thunder 4s is hands down the worst quality Air Jordan that I've seen probably since I've been doing this. And it's mainly grade school on down. Mid pairs wasn't that terrible, but grade schools were bad. And I did have a couple members of the Army hit me up on their early access pairs or exclusive access, whatever you guys like to call it. And some of their pairs were, you know, heavily flawed. So with the Air Jordan 4s being the new ways, hopefully they, you know, can step up their quality control. Because, I mean, these got glue stains on them and stuff too, man. And I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer. I ain't trying to be real picky, but they definitely need to step up their quality control, especially on their grade school sneakers. Y'all, let's check out this men pair. Men pairs are good. From what I'm looking at, men pairs are good on these joints, Army. So these did sell out. And I was honestly surprised, man. Like the aftermath of the Air Jordan 4 infrareds, I'm a little bit surprised by it. Now, I said that I felt that this was going to be anywhere between $275 and $300 on the resale market. Now, it was 3 things that threw me off this morning for this particular release. Thing 1, no Dick's Sporting Goods drop. Normally, Dick's Sporting Goods literally get every Jordan release. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to get a shipment down the line. I know they didn't do wristbands for these. They did do the wristbands for the Air Jordan 4 Military Black, but for some reason, they didn't get these. And I feel like every other spot got these. Even NBA.com got these, so I wouldn't go on a tangent and say that these were limited. I would just say that I'm just surprised, and maybe Dick's Sporting Goods is going to hit us with a restock online later on. Number 2 was the small amount of pairs that they dropped on Sneakers app. For the Sneakers app exclusive access, they dropped 26,000 pairs of these. But for the actual drop today, it was only 21,000. So why give out more pairs early than y'all did on the actual release date? To me, that don't make any sense. Not to mention on their sneaker pass yesterday, they didn't even have Chicago. So I'm wondering if Nike is just behind, because Military Blacks, how many pairs? Was it like 89,000 pairs of the Military Blacks? So I'm feeling like at least 30,000 pairs is somewhere still out there. So when you hear stuff like that and when you feel stuff like that, I still say don't go balls to the wall paying that high ticket price right now. But then again, most pairs are sitting at $275. After tax in Chicago, they were $225. So you pay about $50 over. So it's not terrible, but you still got anywhere between a $10 to $20 decrease that these could do, or they could increase. So I'm gonna leave that up to y'all as far as whether or not y'all want to grab these now. And the last thing that threw me off about these is I seen 3 different prices this morning alone. NBA.com was selling these for $189. Sneakers app was selling these for $200, and DTLR was selling these for $210. Like, make it make sense. Now, I know everything is suggested retail price. So price could be higher, price could be lower, but I feel like Nike needs to send out like a blast email like, look, we gonna price these at $200, $210 across the board. Now, I don't know if they can actually do that, because you gotta remember, these places are buying these shoes at wholesale price. So they're not paying $200, they probably paying about $125 a pop for these, since the price has gone up. And if you look at it this way and think about it, I feel like these companies, well, I mean, they already competition, right? Foot Locker's in competition with JD Sport. Until they buy each other out, they are each other's competition. So if Finish Line want to get ahead of his competition and make the price of theirs $200, while DTLR and Jimmy Jazz is charging $210, I feel like more people will start to filter over to Jimmy Jazz and DTLR. I'm just confused by that, man, because I'm just like, how can y'all literally have the same shoe and we see 3 different prices on the same shoe in the same day? Anyways, Army, my final verdict on these, I like these more than the green glows. A part of me wish I would have kept my green glows so y'all can see the similarities between the two. But overall, these were a cop. Again, I think these would have done better had they not been postponed so many times, but I mean, they still sold out, and for the most part, if you wanted a pair, you should have been able to get a pair. So Army, let me know in the comment section below how much you paid for your pair. Did you get a pair? Did you want them? Did you pass? Talk to me in the comment section below. And other than that, you got your boy Unbreakable. You got the Unbreakable vote. Unbreakable Army says strong like always. Most importantly, hug your loved ones, and of course, remain humble. And we out.
I hit Unbreakable for the Yeezys. He the plug, call him when I need him. These old's tough, but he get him easy. Yours old, him first season. Them most beefy, looking like 2 lefts. 2 less, cause your ass taking nail.